Hi, Mariah's mom, and hi, Granny Paula. Thanks for joining. Sorry I had to move the time. I had to go out earlier. It's great to see you guys. Thanks for coming back. It's been a tough few days here. Had relatives in town, and Pickles passing was wasn't fun. And definitely miss that guy. But other than that, we had frost here for the first two times this year, and I still have green tomatoes on the vines, so I'm really excited about having to have about 100 pounds of tomatoes go to waste. But yeah, gotta love pickles. The green heart for pickles. Thanks, Granny. Um, Mariah's mom, how you doing? Yeah, I planted mine late. I got a bunch of free plants from True Value that they were throwing out, and happened to me last year too, where I had tomatoes that were just late, and then it frosted. They told me that I was told upon asking for advice that I should just watch the leaves, and if the leaves droop, then get them off the vine immediately, or else they'll start rotting from the inside. And I'm barely lucked out. So far, the leaves are looking okay on my plants. But other than that, oh, tomorrow is going to be oops tomorrow is going to be a day where we do get a new member to the farm. I talked about him I talked about him the last time, if you remember. um it was this gentleman here, Bernie. Old friends would like us to bring Bernie in, and we requested Bernie or another dog named Lil Bit. And even though Lil Bit is a special dog, and if you're in the Tennessee area and you have a single animal house, if you're within 100 miles of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, Little Bit will be there, available, free of charge, and you will never have to pay for a vet bill, a medical appointment, or food, and or grooming, or physical therapy if you go get Little Bit. They specifically asked me to put out the word Little Bit. A lot of people apparently just want little fluffy dogs, and I don't get texts all day long. And well, sorry, just to reiterate that, um, people are looking for Little Bit. They're looking to get Little Bit into a single animal house where he can get single attention. Please just stop. So what we've got there, sorry, I'm just distracted. Little Bit is available. He's a beautiful little dog. They just don't think he's going to be a good dog to have into the pack, but they think Bernie will fit seamlessly, and he's a sweetheart. And we may have to work on potty training Bernie, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be too many situations that are going to be a problem. I mean, we have peeing issues with Murray, but I've pretty much locked those down. I've kind of figured out that old dog, and I know when he's going to do it, and it's usually right when he gets up. He's out of it, and he just pees wherever. So you just got to kind of walk him towards the door, or else just clean up the pee. It's not even that big of a deal. Yep, Bernie, can't wait to meet him. Honestly, I can't wait to meet him. This is almost the point where they're so cool with what I'm doing that they're just like, yep, come get him. Like, they don't even want me to meet him and come on out. So I'm going to just go by faith on this one. Every dog I've picked up from there has just been a sweetheart. So Murray needs a bro. He does. Message retracted, Granny. Did you say something dirty? Hey, Will. Thanks for joining in. R.I.P. Pickles, indeed. R.I.P. Pickles. I have an old lady in diapers too. It works fine. Mariah's mom. What's your old lady's name? Um, Mariah Carey. That is an amazing dog name. I love that it's a dog with a last name. That's always funny. I also love dog names that have some sort of like rank, like or even like a social like a lady, like a or a lord or a sergeant or a captain. Um, like a dog named Captain is not as awesome as a dog named Captain Bob, in my opinion. But Mariah's a great dog name. And bless little Mariah. How old is she? My others are Sister Hazel and Millie Vanilli. Oh my lord. Mariah's mom, 17. Wow. 17 years old. What kind of dog? What an epic dog. Is it an Australian blue heeler? They live that long. Wow, a black lab mix living till 17. Bravo to you. Bravo to you, Mariah's mom. Oh my lord. That's I was being told that I was a superstar for getting my lab mix Bruce to 13. I couldn't imagine 17. That's fantastic. Must be the mix, huh? Because I know labs don't live much past 10, 12, something like that. So you just add the last name. Yeah, it's probably the mix. Um, just add the last name. I would do that too, except like Pickles, I'm pretty sure they just named him Pickles there at Old Friends. I think apparently Pickles came in really fat and just neglected with really long hair, and he's eating all sorts of really bad food, and no one was really watching him. Um, and I have a feeling like a lot of times these are animals that are coming out of situations um, where like the part of the human has died and there's not a lot of info. And I have a feeling they named Pickles at Old Friends. And I think I saw that like a note on who was it? Um, Not Murray, but I saw a note on another dog where it's just like, just name them this. And like they just decide like what's the best name. So I think someone beautifully named Pickles because that was a perfect name for that dog. He's such a cute little Pickles. Is Mariah in your profile pic, Mariah's mom? Is that Mariah? Oh, wow. Huh. Wonder if I'll navigate away. Go to channel. Here, I'm going to put it in so anyone watching in the future will be able to see this. Oh, let me see if I can bring it in more. Mariah's mom, 5 subs. Well, I'm subscribed now to Mariah's mom's channel. Hopefully, she'll start putting up some cool videos too. That is a 17-year-old dog. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a good looking dog. I almost ended the stream. Thanks, Mariah's mom. I want to call you Mariah, but you're not Mariah's. Thanks, Eminem, Miss Mariah's mom. Uh, I I appreciated it. I appreciate that you get what I'm doing, and I look at this as the bare minimum that I can do. Uh, I've always had this. I've had this land now for 15 years, and I used to think that just leaving it alone was the smartest way to do it. And um, ever since all my dogs have my original pack had died, I started getting them out more and walking them instead of just relying on the dog door in the fenced-in yard. And I realized that I should have been doing that all along, even with the fenced-in yard. And it was a tough lesson to learn, but by the time I learned it, I think I was able to keep some of my pack around a little longer. And I always felt like I never was truly honoring this land, because it's like, to do anything agricultural, it seems like you need to have a scale, as in like as far as equipment goes, and there's just not a lot of equipment out there for small scale farming to actually make it worthwhile and profitable. And what I mean is, like, you know, a tractor's $50,000. It's just like, okay, good luck on making $50,000 worth of profit off of like 2.5 acres of semi-usable land. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I figured at a minimum I can work on the greenhouse, and my partner Mary is an avid exotic plant collector, and she's always got several projects going on. And we just try to spend as much time outside as we can, and honor this place, and then also become the mythical farm that your dog goes to live the end of his life. Like, finally made it to the place where they can know things expected of them, other than just go for a walk and eat and sleep and be happy. And in essence, a doggy nursing home, or a doggy hospice. There's a lot of times that I do go into the greenhouse, and Mary is not really super into social media on a regular basis. Like, I'll talk to her and see if she wants to post up, like, or if she wants me to let you guys know what, like, I think she's on TikTok. I'm not sure what she's even under there on TikTok. And she doesn't even post. She posts infrequently. I think she posts on Instagram occasionally. And she's a microbiologist, and she's very cerebral. And the stuff that she posts, like pictures of like petri dishes and like close-ups of plants and seeds and like stuff like that. But one of the cool things is, we just recently took a tour of Andrew Jackson's home, iconic mansion, the Hermitage, and we were out there, and I used the plant identifier app in Andrew Jackson's garden, and I've got the complete inventory of what's in that garden, and saw some really cool flowers and stuff that I had never even heard of. So I'm going to look forward to start planting those around here more. And I'm just carrying on at this point. Does anybody out there have an epic dog story or a pet story? Hi at Bassett Trio. Oh, at Bassett Trio. Hello, just discovered the channel a couple days ago. Love it all. And everyone, I just want to do a shout out to Bassett Trio. He's got a cool channel too, where he's got doggos. Here, let me share. Go back to sharing. And Bassett Trio, it's great to see you. I should probably just do window, right? Yes, I'll just do window. And it does that. All right. So Bassett Trio is here, and it's a trio of cute bassets, and they're just great videos, just playing around, being old slobber dobblers with their big fluffy funny ears. So you can imagine how much fun this is. So try to check out his channel too, his or her. Sorry, I'm not sure who we're talking to. Um, I think they recently joined up a couple days ago. And we'll start sharing. Yeah, I'm a him. Cool, man. That's what I figured. I was watching some of it with sound off while I was editing, and I'm sure you know how that can be when you're just trying to like focus on ambient sound and editing. I know, right? Another amazing channel that follows this channel is called Fuff Fuff Fuff, and I'll see if I can punch it up for you. And Fuff 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 is this great, hilarious lady who's got a farm, and oops, sorry, she's got a farm and a baby crow that I think she rescued, and it is hilarious. This crow.
No, no, no. Every time I take a video, you come too close. Stay back where you were. Where you were. There. Now you're just eating. I know. So what do you want? Nothing. No.
So as you can imagine, Fuff 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 follows us too and gives a like every now and then. She seems like a really busy person. She doesn't even post very often, which is unfortunate because she's hilarious, and she's also that crow is like a little talking human. Sometimes it's like, and it's just got a sense of humor, and crows are mega intelligent, so there's just a lot of funny stuff going on. And then her pet crow and the dog, she's got this big dog, and they're just like best friends. Oh, I actually shared your channel out also to my subscribers. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, shouting out. Thanks for sharing. I'm a him. I actually shared your channel. Okay, cool story. My son met his wife while searching for her basset, who got out and went to the local liquor store. Was this in Eastern Pennsylvania too, Granny? This story? Okay, then that's a great story. That's a story I'd expect a friend of mine to tell me from Eastern Pennsylvania. I've got friends from PA for sure. I love you all. Awesome. So yeah, if you really want to check out another cool channel too, Fuff Fuff Fuff. That's Fuff 3 times. We're a mess. Hey, so is Altoona over near where you are? Altoona, Pennsylvania? Because I have a bit of it. West, okay. Good. I'm glad it's far away from you. You know about what's going on with their pizza, right? That Altoona style pizza. It looks like a 5-year-old made it. Altoona is where my parents and grandparents are from. So you know about this. You know about their weird pizza, right? I actually made it once. I made it once here. Like I made it, and it made sense, but it only made sense to my 8-year-old mind. And if anybody out there is wondering like, hey, what's up with this Altoona? Whoa, sorry. Whoa, sliding around. Got caught up there. Let's see. Am I still? What's going on? Oh, okay, not bad. Altoona style pizza. An Altoona style pizza is a Pete's, which is just a focaccia with some sweet oniony pizza sauce on it. Images. And so they take like this focaccia with this kind of Swedish, beautiful sauce, which is called a Pete's, and that's just like a tomato bread. And what they're doing somehow in Altoona is they're adding like salami and some green pepper, and then they're barely melting American cheese over it. That's right. I said that out loud. It's focaccia with a Pete's sauce, green pepper, and then that's American cheese just sort of microwaved on top of it. And I tried it and I got it. I got it. I get it. I get why it works in some people's brains. But yeah, that it only made sense to me because I was 8 and I used to like microwave cheese over bread in between at commercial breaks. Only seeing black screen, FYI. Right now, you're only seeing black screen? Okay, well here, back to can you see the Altoona style pizza? Okay. Well, just to recap real quick without seeming redundant, this is Altoona style pizza, and it's basically focaccia bread with sauce. It's a sweet, oniony, garlicky sauce, a piece of bell pepper, some salami, and American cheese. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I'm an excellent resource for internet imaging. But yeah, that's where Granny Paula's parents grew up and thought they knew what pizza was. Yeah, I mean it's kind of perverse in its composition, but when you bite into it, you're like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It's just like you where you like all the ingredients on it, but it's like, should this be the case? And I mean, there's plenty of times like that in life, and then it works out beautifully. But I'm not going to be making Altoona style pizza at home anytime soon. My dogs would love it. Yep, that's true. Lots of things sound terrible, but are actually delicious. Um, what's a good example of that? Right, that one. Um, Spam sandwiches. Those can actually be delicious. Oh, I mean, and then if you want to just start talking like Depression era food, there's always the lard sandwich, the lard and sugar sandwich. Um, like my aunt made me one of those once, and it was actually amazing. And I was just kind of like, the Bassett Trio loves spam. Hilarious. So if how many people are in here? 7. Well, thanks for coming in, all 7 of you, and feel free to go ahead and pipe in. I'm just kind of decompressing. We had to put Pickles to sleep, our sweetheart little black Scottish terrier, and we're going to be bringing a new friend onto the farm named Bernie, and Bernie is most likely we're picking him up tomorrow. This is a picture of Bernie, and he is apparently 100% absolute sweetheart. So we're always happy to have a new friend at the farm because we feel like 5's our limit with small dogs. And then Lexi Cat, we probably have like a 2-cat limit depending on how they get along. And that's just how we like to do things here. We want to keep about 5 dogs at a time. And a lot of these dogs don't have very long. We're just trying to give them the last weeks of their lives somewhere idyllic and somewhere where that's stress-free and happy. Yeah, Bernie's got some amazing eyes. He's got like he gave me heavy pickle vibes. That makes that may, if that hits home at all. So I was just kind of like, it'd be nice to fill that loss with something similar. So yeah, Pickles will be joining us. I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. Bernie will be joining us. Probably you'll be seeing him in the next week or so, popping into videos. Thanks, Will. Yeah, that was Mary's first gut reaction. My partner was Pickles. She ultimately kind of has to decide. Um, she has 10 years of emergency veterinary assistant experience, and she's, I mean, when it comes to dogs, and cat and just animals, she's seen it more than once. And you know, she likes to you know, really kind of just be like, oh well, that breed can have this problem, or that, you know, this has that problem, and kind of steer me in the right direction to make the happiest pack, because I just want all of them. I have no control. I want every single dog. And I agree up to 5, but it's like I can't choose. If you wanted me to choose between 3 dogs, I'd just say give me all 3 of them. So because I would just love all of them. And that's my vibe. You do a lot of good just by doing that. There are so many doggos that don't get the opportunity you give them. I agree. I agree that more dogs, and that's why I'm doing it. And it's something that I can so easily do. And having a dog door, and sweet Saphira taking a nap in the background is where I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than right here, right now. Yeah, they are passed right over at the shelters, and I think that's what happens at Old Friends is they're dealing with a lot of shelter um, animal control and stuff like that, where they're just fine taking the older dogs and kind of bringing them out there if they have the room. Wow, I bet you Basset Trio just says, "I want every Basset Hound I see." I was on a breeder's website the other day, and I had to talk myself out of getting them all. And I bet we could go to Pet Finder right now in my area, and I could probably find 20 or 30 Basset Hounds, but I will not go on PetFinder.com at all. I can't. And there's very few things in life that make me lose absolute control. And I got to tell you, it's just imagining an animal that I can have and take care of. If I was rich, I'd have a huge plot of land and start my own Basset Battalion. The Basset Battalion. Now that sounds amazing. Would they have their own fort and fortifications, and would they wear little army helmets? Wow. That sounds like the coolest ever. I always remember my favorite Basset was Flash from Dukes of Hazzard, back when it was an okay show when I was literally 5, and I just remember thinking Flash was a pretty amazing dog. Retired Army, oh yeah, hoorah! Or wait, that's Marines, right? I got it. A friend of mine who served, actually, I made friends with a guy in service who, when we were out at Fort Campbell Military shooting one time for a TV show, and he told me, unless you served in the service, never thank a serviceman for their service. Don't say thank you for your service, just say thank you. And like all of his friends were nodding, like, yeah, just say thank you. If you're just say thanks a lot, I appreciate what you've done. Don't say thank you for your service. There's some implication there that does that make sense? The Basset Brigade. Flash is funny. Do you remember Flash from the Dukes of Hazzard? That was Roscoe's dog Flash. And it's perfect. And then there's always just the whole concept of the detective Basset Hound. Like, what is it? There's like, it's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes vibe, but on a Basset Hound. I feel like I've seen that a lot, or not enough. Both of those answers work, but yeah, like the Basset Hound inspector. There's got to be a Spirit Halloween. There's got to be a Spirit Halloween outfit for, yeah, that's it. It's the Sherlock Holmes hat, and then you get the little cape. Oh, look at that. That Benedict Cumberbatch guy has a Basset. Yeah, here you go. Oh wow, I've never seen one with the monocle. That's amazing. Oh yeah, he needs to have some sort of magnifying glass. I think that was what is the other prop? Is it a pipe? Well, that's not photoshopped. Look at that. Oh, well, there you go. That's awesome. So when you first got married, your wife got you a boy Basset and you named him Roscoe. That's hilarious. Pipe hat and a magnifying glass for Holmes. That's it. Yep. Basset Trio, are you going to dress yours up for Halloween? You going to do a Halloween vid this year? I've been kicking around doing a Halloween walk, but at the same time, I've just been trying to like keep everyone feeding. Excellent. What other variants of the cost of can you come up? Do you think would work other than the classic Sherlock Holmes Basset Hound? Youngest son dresses him up. Hilarious. So you just leave it up to him? Well, this is fun. I guess originally I was seeing if anybody had any stories about good old dogs or cats, and I guess just dealing with loss. But at the same time, I think I just just always kind of remember him. He had Jack dressed up as Dracula last year. A Dracula Basset, hilarious. Yeah, you never stop thinking about him, really. And that's initially why I did this channel, is because I was forgetting about him. And this is how I'm keeping their memories alive too. I'm just going to keep rescuing them as long as I can and keep giving them sweet plays like that to Crash. Mariah's mom says, I had a hospice foster that was a special boy rescued from a fighting ring. Big pit bull bulldog mix. Died of lymphoma. Changed my name to be his buddy in the shelter, and then have him as a hospice foster. Yeah. Pitties are the greatest. Such a tragic breed. They're such lovable, emotional animals. Like, way more so than a lot of dogs, in my opinion. Hugs from Granny Paula to Mariah's mom. That's so nice. Yeah, one of the heroes on this channel was Ivan, Mary's original dog that she raised just from a puppy, and she got from work, and it was tragic to see him how quickly he went, because he had so much energy and he was such a good boy. Yeah, pitties are the best. I love them. I love all dogs, and if pitties weren't so popular right now, and by popular I mean that when I go out, I see so many younger people with pit bull mixes, and that I love that. But I feel like to bring a pit into this situation, I'm trying to go with smaller dogs at this point. But yeah, nothing breaks my heart more than a pit bull that looks sad. Oh. In fact, I remember the video of Ivan's last walk. And in fact, in the screen, the banner on this channel is Ivan's last walk, the day we put him to sleep. And his back legs just weren't working anymore. I walked him all around the farm, let him go and take a look at the birds, at the geese and the ducks next door, and he just sat there and stared and salivated. You can just tell he wished he could just jump over that fence and run around and raise hell. And he was always a good boy, though, and he always listened. His back legs, well, Ivan had like cancer, but then Bruce also, his back leg. Bruce, my twin to him, he started losing his back legs. Oh yeah, steps with a lab. Bruce, for me, and Ivan the Pitty were the hardest, because they became like very immobile, and Bruce is almost 100 pounds. Oh my Lord. He was just such a tough guy to try to maneuver. But he also started walking to the right a lot. And then, well, he just finally stroked out in the middle of the night. But yeah, I couldn't imagine walking a lab or carrying a black lab down steps to hopefully get it to use the bathroom or whatever. Oof. That can be tough. B, was her name just B? Gulp, Golpp. I've never heard of that. What's that one? I'll do some internet in here. Geriatric onset laryngeal paralysis, polyneuropathy. Geriatric onset laryngeal paralysis polyneuropathy, previously described as idiopathic laryngeal paralysis, ILP, is a degenerative polyneuropathy that most commonly occurs in older medium to large breed dogs. Oh wow. Huh. The word idiopathic just means that they have no known cause for the mechanism of the larynx to paralyze. Good Lord. It sounds like it's just the larynx paralysis. Is that essentially it? That almost sounds like rabies in a way, minus all the mad acting, because don't they become it doesn't become impossible to drink water because their larynx shuts off, or is it the esophagus? I'm not sure. But GOLPP, good Lord, it sounds horrible. Not even many vets know of it. Wow. Gulp. It's funny that, well, it's not funny, but GOLPP, gulp, and it's something that involves gulping. Wow. Phew. I used to work in the medical field with elderly and disabled people too a lot for 10 years. And coming out of that, it's like, after like just seeing every possible thing that can kind of go bad with you, with the human body, I think I kind of just idealize it a little bit when it's dogs and cats, because it's just, I mean, look at that. Look at that guy. Look at her. She's 14, but in my mind, I don't know. It allows me to humanize the dogs, I guess. If my partner knows it, I will ask Granny. Actually, she's usually like just super busy. I will send her a text. All right, I've got the message in. She was just telling me earlier today. She's like, "Ooh, guess who I'm doing tests on?" And it was like a really famous person. And she just has samples. She's working in a lab, so it's just a name. For all we know, it was somebody with that same name. So I've got the message into her to see if she's ever heard of gulp, 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 and yeah, it's amazing how 44 minutes. These really go quite a ways. I'm Whether she gets back to me right away, I cannot promise. Like I said, she comes home exhausted, just nonstop lab testing. And she works for HCA too, so it's kind of a mechanized process. And it sounds like there's a lot of people working there who are way in over their heads as far as workloads. Like, they're all very intelligent, know what they're doing, but there's just so much. Years to get a diagnosis. So just all of a sudden, what was happening to Brody? Was he just not able to eat, or choking it down, or vomiting it up? The back legs is part of it. I thought that was just a secondary problem. And he'd lose his voice. So he'd be like, "Rape," making like, oh, that's heartbreaking. And then, no, all related. Okay. And then get better all of a sudden? Or what would you have to do to get Brody back? Okay, so just over time, it got worse and worse and worse, and he didn't pass away. It's like every day he couldn't eat. Every day, poor guy couldn't eat, and he just couldn't bark. How long did he live with Gulp? How long did this go on for? And is Brody the dog who ate socks? I remember you telling me last week that Brody ate socks. Oh, wow. Poor dog. That's really... Holly was another lab who was a sock eater. Wow. So how many dogs have you had over the years, Granny? I guess we can try to do a little check-in too. Oh, Saphira looking extra cute. I realize I have to move this slower, or else it gets pixelated very quickly. There's Miss Stacy. We got her a ring so she doesn't poke at her incisions. There's Miss Mama. Oh. And then if I scroll over here, we should have Murray. Yep, he's always doing the hard chill. There we go. Mama finally started letting me rub her belly just about a week or two ago. And now she doesn't want me to stop. It's pretty funny. But yeah, this is these guys most of the time, unless I'm taking them out for walks or giving them food. Yep. And you know, now you see, like, this is what I want to do. It's too easy for me. Isn't Murray a goof? I realize Murray's just a big, like, Murray without the dementia was probably a pretty funny dog. He really was. He really. I really like that guy. Yeah, Murray makes me smile too. He's just freaking hilarious. And then he does this two-legged walking where it's just he walks with his back legs and his front legs at the same time. Like, you know, most dogs do the four-legged stagger. So they're always kind of moving forward. Well, Murray will do a back leg kick and then a front leg kick. And it looks like a kangaroo is hopping by. Like, that literally makes me just my soul sing. I love seeing that. He's so hilarious. Yeah, it's like some dogs, you can just tell, like, some dogs, like, could you imagine Murray when he was a puppy? That must have been wild. But yeah, what you're seeing there is if you're looking at that furniture, like, what's going on with that furniture? And it's like, that's an old couch that I had to reupholster. And because it was just destroyed by dogs. And then I bought blue waterproof backpack material, or no, it's purple waterproof backpack material off of Amazon, and like, take off the back of the couch, all the gross upholstery, and then I reupholstered that, and then made that little side platform, and so I can take that now and I can, like, hit it with a hose and everything. And it's more of a daybed now, I think is the correct term for it. And the dogs love it. But Murray loves his big Amazon poof bed. And if you want to see right up there, if you see my finger, that's a picture of Good Girl, my sweetheart. She was Good Girl was an Amstaff with some red Aussie in her. And what a tank. So much just beautiful positive energy behind so much muscle. She was so strong. Hey, that's my couch too, Basset Trio. I take naps on that couch too with the dogs. So they let me use it sometimes. Good Girl was beautiful. Thanks. I have a background in the creative arts too, and um a lot of the stuff you're actually seeing is was stuff from old film sets, and from property auctions from film projects, like that chair right there. Here, like that chair right there, that came from a film set of some kind. And I like to go to the sales. Like, you should have seen that couch originally. It was the most insane cocaine couch you'd ever seen in your life, and it had two wings. Rosie, I have a recliner that they claimed for their own. Rosie gets mad if I sit in it. Yeah, well, I'm living in the Nashville area, Mariah's mom, and um, I learned early on that this is probably the craziest market in the United States for a used couch. There's just too many people in the music industry and in entertainment not to have some ridiculous couch. And my background was that I moved down to Nashville after my band toured the country a few times, and I just got to realize that life is happier in warmer places. I was up in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and I was freezing all the time and spending $1,000 a month on heating bills. And after touring around the country a few times, I realized Nashville was where I wanted to be, and I did that about 15-ish or so years ago. And when I moved here, I changed careers completely and got into film and video, to the creative side in the art department. And I filled a bunch of different roles in art department over the course of the next 10, 12 years. So, see, I've got a bunch of weird art around, but me and my partner really, really dig it. I also love vintage stuff, and so does she. Um, like, actually, a funny piece, if you want to see. We just were talking about it yesterday's. Sorry. We also love bad art of cats, and someone painted that picture in 1978, and we love it. But right below there, see these 4 stacked couch or cushions? I don't know if anyone remembers those from growing up, but this is hard to do. But those cushions right there, those are 4 stacked things, and I pulled those out of Mary's grandfather's house, which was a hoard, and I rebuilt them and put them back together, and cleaned them up, and boy, they're in bad shape. But I'd recognized them from somewhere, and I just knew that something about those colors, it's either reminded me of playing at some friend's house or something. But I grabbed them and I fixed them back up, and we've had them sitting around for the past couple of years. I know, right? Don't they look great? What those are, we finally last night searched. We wanted to know what they were. Mary's folks were just in town, and we were her mom was like, "Oh wow," she keeps mentioning them whenever she's here, because she literally grew up sitting on those things. And lo and behold, I found out that's Ethan Allen. Those are Ethan Allen stackers from the mid 60s. And right now I could probably sell that for $1,000. And I would probably go pretty quick. Yeah, I know. I did not think $1,000. I felt like I was a fool because I spent 15 hours restoring them and rebuilding them. Yeah, the style's great, and they're just great. Yeah, take a look. Like I found no one has the colors. Like there's a lot of people that have like 3 red ones. I saw 3 red ones going for $700. So I no one actually has that, the 4 colors together. And honestly, I didn't even see any green ones, any white ones, or any was that olive brown, whatever that third color is. So I feel like I'm probably one of the few people with that full set in the market. And yeah, I mean those shelves next to it, that's old Sears from like the 1960s. Um, those I got for $15, but they're great for all the plants. And by the way, there's some of Mary's plants. What they really are, what they're about, I have no clue. Thanks, Miraz mom. It's an old farmhouse. We didn't even put that wood up. That was done in the 80s, and that is 110-year-old barn wood. So whoever did that was about 40 years ahead with the style. Oh, up there is a picture my sister did of my first dog, Oscar, and she made him a Monsignor. She felt like he needed to be a Monsignor in the picture. So she found this priest that inspired her because he got a priest who I guess got shot while serving mass or while helping people, and she thought he was a real bad guy, a real badass, and thought Oscar was just the same, as just as tough, and made that really cool picture. Here, I'll show you again. You see, he's got the frock on. Yes, that's a word I've heard. Philodendron is definitely a word that I have heard. That is over there. I also know that some of those plants are worth hundreds of dollars. Which ones, I don't know. Similar pictures at home or similar plants. But yeah, there's philodendron, and then there's that whole window garden too. And you see all that up there. Then there's the front room, and she's got a 5-foot tall vanilla plant that's going to start popping vanilla pods next year. We're pretty excited about that one. I will. Thanks, Granny. I'll do that. We've been really working on trying to like clean this place a lot more, and keep the plants moving around instead of just letting like a plant sit in the same area for 2 years. It's probably better to just move them around a little more often. Both. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, life's too short not to enjoy weird art. That's one of the things in life I live by. And then life is also too short not to listen and find new music. Like, sure, listen to old tunes if you want, but don't rely on them. Find new music to hear because there's so much. And it seems like what we're given in life or afforded in life, at a minimum, is variety. And I try to take advantage of that when it's doing the most good. And it seems like music is one of those things. Granny and I want to tour Mary Plant. Okay, we'll do it. I will tell her that enough is enough. And I'm going to film her showing off her favorite plants. And then hopefully that'll convince Mary to post more often. I could see her I could see her posting more often to TikTok. She really seems to have an affinity for that. But if she wants to do something on YouTube, I'd definitely help her in a second. Because I think a lot of the editing, she's turned off by editing, and that is this game is editing. I probably edit about 35 hours a week at this point to try to keep this stuff coming out every day ish or so. And if you want, we could even just going to share the YouTube studio. Oh wow. I could share the whole window. So like this is, so I guess sometime I could even do a live stream while I'm editing if people wanted to see the editing process. But it can be tedious at times. But like here's a late Alexi episode I'm putting together, and this will probably be coming out soon. But you know, it's all just the rough files. So like here I messed up with the hanger. I'm probably not going to use that too much of that. And then I'm always trying to line this up so there's an airplane going overhead. And oh, she's already waiting for me. That's all her. That's all Lexi doing what Lexi does.
Hi, baby.
What a good girl. I love that cat.
Queen.
Queen indeed.
Yeah.
Come on, baby girl, jump out. So yeah, this is a little inside look at the editing process. Look at that sweet little thing. Well, that's how we do that. But yeah, maybe sometime I'll just live stream. And is my channel fully monetized? So Basset Trio, monetization is interesting because like Granny sent me a sweet gift during the last live stream. She sent me $20, and it was interesting to see what happened to that money because it doesn't go directly to me. That money now sits in an account that's only got $14 in it, and I don't get to see any of that until it hits $100. And so then I was on Reddit, the Reddit on our YouTube on Reddit, and they were saying, oh, in your info, just put links for Venmo and PayPal and Cash App, and just tell people to go there because the YouTube, like if we're down in the chat, is there a little dollar sign? Like, yeah, if you hit that, they're immediately taking, 20%, it sounds like. And if was it, yeah, no, 14, it's even more than that. And it's just weird. So long story short, you haven't seen any ads on my live stream, which is weird. I wouldn't expect it, but am I fully monetized? I'm like halfway monetized. I need to have 4,000 hours of view time in the past 365 days, and I'm always like a couple hundred hours off. And I feel like it's going to catch up sooner or later. So I'm like halfway there. I noticed you have 1.6. You have enough followers. Are you fully monetized? Is Heike here? How far off am I now? Do you want to take a look? Let's take a look. We'll share it. How can I do this without making it weird? I'll open up a new window. The funny thing is on our, and by our I mean Reddit. When I say that, I'm talking about like the subreddit on our YouTube. it kind of makes sense, like how all of a sudden some people's channels that are not very good have thousands and thousands of views and followers, and it's because of you can buy that. You can buy the interaction. And I found, and they actually talked about, like, there's plenty of companies that do it, but they have this one that's specific that people use. And sorry, I got distracted. Mary just sent me a little thing. But here we go. I'm going to go to Earn on YouTube. And sorry. There's this one group, and they will promise you X amount of likes, X amount of new followers, and they promise they're organic, real followers. And long story short, for about $300, they promised me that like, I remember looking at this before I was monetized at all, and but for $300, they promised me 2,000 followers and the 4,000 hours immediately. Like, it would have been promised within 11 days, and I would have been getting real comments from real people and stuff. And I was just like, I think I'm doing good enough on my own. It's like there's Granny's 20 that came in, and no members. This is all changed. Okay, earning with ads. Where does it tell me this? This looks different now. Earn, supers. Like, right now, I'm waiting for them to send me some letter with a PIN code on it. Like, I don't even think I can earn with ads yet. Because I don't have 4,000 hours. Where does it tell me this? Oh, memberships, supers, shopping. It's so weird how this changes. Earn. Huh. Oh, this is the new interesting thing too. They are, sorry if I'm digressing, but they have a not that it matters for my channel much, but they're doing AI music now. They're not even going to use real music. They're just going to use AI music. Memberships, overview, super shopping. Sorry to mess around in here. Hey, Heike, what's up, man? Man, I think I never checked. I'm going to go look at your image. Oh, it's tiny. It's under earn. Yeah, I know it's under earn, but oh, there it is. Okay, I'll share it back. So here we go. As you can see here, 1,730 subs. I got past 1,000, and then it's always like this. I'm always like it used to be like 3,200, and I'm not at 4,000 yet. And I feel like I've only been really pumping into this channel for about a year, so I feel like, give it a month and it should pop. But that, or else I have to get 140, or I have to get 10 million shorts views in 90 days, and I only have 146,000. So this is the part that's making me eligible for short feed ads. I am still not eligible, and that's all I know. And the more I look at it, the more people seem to just kind of say that, like, oh yeah, just get Patreon. So I'm probably just gonna get Patreon set up. And hopefully, it seems like a lot of people even are able to grow their channel specifically through Patreon. So I may as well do it anyway. Pinky, what up? Well, then you're a lucky bastard. You got people really engaged in your stuff. You no longer show us the hours and you made it. Mine is wow. I just don't get it. I don't get why I haven't made it. Mariah's mom, thanks for coming in. It was great seeing you. And I'm going to try to do these every week or so. And if there's a better time or a day for everyone, feel free to comment in this video, in the actual comments once it's up, or etc. And take care, Mariah's mom. We loved having you. Thanks, Bassett Trio. I feel like it too. I mean, I was considering just paying the $300 and never thinking about it ever again, but like in the past day alone, I think I've gotten 40 or 50 followers, so it's got to happen sooner or later. Oh, who's up? Oh, back down. She tried, everyone. Saphira tried to get up. She just couldn't do it. Pinky, thanks for coming on board. How's your day? Yep. You want me to check in on them for you? Want to check them out? Oh, no problem, Pinky. Well, you can just see them real quick. They say and say they'll say they'll love seeing you. Yawning Saphira, and then there's Murmur. Hey, Pinky, we're getting another dog tomorrow. I'm picking him up. His name's Bernie, and that's him right there. Yeah, I guess Bernie knows some of these guys already, so it shouldn't be too bad of a transition for him. Yeah, I figured Bernie had great Pickles energy to him, so I kind of want to get someone to remind me of Pickles for a little bit. But hey, thanks for coming in and saying hi. I don't want to keep you from work, and I'm sure none of us do. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I never thought I would do a live stream ever in my life for an hour and 15 minutes. But maybe I should do them more often while I'm editing up some videos. It might be a fun way to keep in touch with everybody. You know, it'd be cool is if you guys could share stuff too. Oh, fly right on my head. Is that a bad sign? Just flies landing on me. Oh, I'll show off my sweet shirt though. It's one of the old classic I got that dog in me shirt. Yeah, this is one of my faves. When our pit bull Ivan died, Mary's dog, I got a custom one made of these with Ivan in there. Ivan the Pity in his own I got that dog in me shirt, and it's probably one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen. Yeah, I got that dog in me. That was one of the fun kind of like internet meme shirts from last year, because That's the I think that was the motto for that gross liquor, Night Train, I think, or was it Night Train, or what? Or was it Colt 45? It was some like just freaky liquor, and it's exactly. Yeah, gosh, who does the I got the dog in me? I can even provide you the guy that does it. It's like a guy that specially does it. I found him on like Instagram or something. Yeah, it's Mad Dog 2020. That's it. If you guys remember that old rot gut, um, that's what the motto comes from. I got that dog in me. Custom. Oh yeah, and then there's people started making that T-shirt with a picture of the Kirkland hot dog. What was that guy? Gosh. Give me 1 second. Go to the old inbox. Oh, disappointed. Oh, wow, this has proven much harder. Oh, Ivan. Oh yeah, okay. 10 dog. That's my dog brand. Okay, that's it. That's my dog brand. Okay, here we go. I'm coming back, guys. All right, sorry. I'm sure that was horrifying. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can get I got that dog in me with a picture of a Kirkland hot dog. But here we go. Share screen. That's my dog. This is the that does that. And the dude's really nice. And he's got a couple different versions. Oh, he's got the Poop and Destroy line now, which is pretty funny. He's trying to do a lot of 90s stuff. And a lot of like 80s stuff. Like the shirt I showed off yesterday for Bruce, or I'm sorry, last week for Bruce, I got from him. It's like he's trying to do like horror. Leah, that's my dog. So like, yeah, it's someone's dog. But oh, and they have a "Do You Believe in Dog" shirt. I think that's Leah again. And custom stickers. And then the 90s airbrush. That's the one I got the Bruce in that. But he did do, and he does Sup Dog. And his first, I wonder if he got shut down for the That's My Dog. I don't know. Oh yeah, got that dog in me custom. It's a $50 shirt. It's a $50 t-shirt. I'm just gonna say that out loud. It's $50. So you got to go in expecting that. Then I'm gonna spend $50 on a t-shirt. This guy, if you get on the mailing list, he'll do 25-30% off all the time. Maybe just hop on the mailing list now and wait for it so you're in time for Christmas. See, like here's spooky 20% off your order. So that's already, it's still ridiculous, but if you want a custom got that dog in me shirt, I mean, what are you going to pay? What do you think? It should be free? I don't. Lexi, yes. Lexi stays in another room. Granny, if he loves the 80s, he'll probably love, where is it? That's the 90s. Where's his 80s? There's his dog in me line. Oh, he has a 90s NFL. Wild. I know that if we keep going, airbrush 2.0, well, there's your 80s. They're calling it 90s airbrushing. Well, I suppose. But to answer your question, Pinky, yes, Lexi stays in another room. She has the entire second floor to herself and the entire bathroom that's where she likes to stay 90% of the time. No problem, Paula. That website it's not really coming through. It's called That's My Dog, DAWG brand.com. I just noticed you can't see the URL. But if you just search That's My Dog, DAWG, like that's looking like, then you should be able to find it. And they even do a heavy metal version. Yes. And so Lexi gets the whole second floor. The reason being, Lexi got along really well with my old pack of dogs. A lot of times, if you go back and check the older videos on this channel, a lot of my dogs were bigger. And Lexi got along with them really well. But these little dogs I'm bringing in now, my original pack has passed away. They don't know Lexi very well. And I always worry about Lexi around more than one of them unattended, because I have no doubt that Lexi can defend herself against one dog. What I don't think she can do is defend herself against more than one dog. And we have to keep in mind she's 17 now. Got to protect Kitty. But some of the cool stuff happening in Lexi's life is she is getting a new cat tree. And she's also going to be going upstairs a lot more, because now that we have the carpet out of there, we don't have to worry about pee spots and carpet. Yeah, 17's a healthy kid. She is healthy. She's going through kidney failure right now, but that's been going on for like 5 years, and cats can still live safely with only 2% of kidney function. So we're hoping to have her around for a couple more years at least. And oh yeah, the other thing is, once we get the new cat tree, I'm going to do indoor Lexi. It's not going to be all outdoor Lexi anymore. It's going to be some indoor every now and then too. Nala, what did she have for years? Thanks, Pinky. Yeah, the new cat tree has a clear plastic half bowl in it that you can lay in, so you can see kidney disease. It seems like that's super common with cats, as the kidneys go eventually. Oh, and reel it back on the That's My Dog brand shirt is the shirts take about a month, and at some point they get back to you to approve their photoshopping skill. And that's the other thing too, is when you're paying like the $50 for the shirt, you gotta realize there's a human actually involved there, clipping down that whatever you sent them to isolate the image of the animal and then placing it in the little half plastic bowl. Thanks. I wish I had a wireless. I mean, I guess I could do it from my phone, go live sometime, but you'll see in future episodes. A regular what? I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Oh, regular litter box. Oh, this isn't. So the cat tree has this, one of the little spots has this little plastic half bowl that you don't fill with anything, and it's clear. And then you can see the cat smush into it and fall asleep. So we're not putting litter in there. She does have a litter box. It's one of those automatic ones. Mary loves it. Yeah, sorry, I figure sometimes I assume people know everything I'm talking about. You know how it can be. Who's this? Who's sitting over there now? Oh, mama. It's Safira. How are you? Mama. She has a spot right here in her spine with her bulging disc, and you rub that, and she'll fall asleep in a second. Oh. Old Murray just went and used the bathroom by himself. Didn't pee on the floor. What a guy. Oh, Granny Paula, glad to see you in there. I've got a response from Mary about gulp. Whoop. How does this work? That's right. There you go. People don't want to see me. They want to see dogs. Mama. There we go. Yes. Mary's response is, yeah, I have. They were just coming up with the acronym when I was on my way out of the field, but we called it laryngeal paralysis, I believe. So she had seen it. Murray is a good boy. Oh, and look at this little sweetheart. She's always down here, just ready for pets. Yeah, so it's been about 10 years since she's. I don't think it's been that long, but it's been a few years since she's been in the thick of it, we should say. The donkeys. Earlier on, I was mentioning how we had frosted twice. We have our second night of frost this year, which is a little early for us. And when it's frosty out, those donks don't necessarily like to come out in the morning. But I did see them this morning on the walk, and I forgot to give them carrots. I'm just a bad person. Every time I do a lap around, too, they just bellow and scream for me. Most of the time, I walk the dogs twice a day, and I film only on the weekends. So everything you're really seeing, and then I'll do like 1 or 2 videos during the week where I'm actually shooting, and it comes down to just schedules and depending how I feel, and it also just comes down to like the amount of cars that drive by at certain times of the day and where the sun is, stuff like that. Like I like to get out in the morning, like at first light for the dogs, because there's not so many harsh shadows, and the dogs just look beautiful that way. And there's no like harsh cuts of shadow into the landscape. Take it easy, Pink. And so yeah, and then usually then I would like bring the dogs in and feed them, give them all their meds, and then right by the time I go out to do a Lexi shot, the sun's just cracking and you get some great shots of her like just kind of tickling the sunlight. And if it's raining or something like that, we just push it along, and I'll maybe do a couple more during the week. And yeah, I try not to get too far ahead with these videos because it's just sort of doesn't make sense. Lexi's Zen pose. Well, on the rock and the sunrise, exactly. Yep. It becomes hard to shoot Lexi in sharp sunlight because she's so orange. But you know, I like to get it right when that sun's just coming over the holler, and so it's not too saturated. But yeah, it's like sometimes though, if I can get it lined up, I can turn her into the cat goddess. But 90 minutes, 94 minutes, guys. We've just made a movie. What's this flashing on me? Is that the sun? That is the sun. It's officially becoming afternoon here. Let me turn that down. Does that help? No, it does nothing. Well, I appreciate everyone coming through. I'm probably just going to shut this down at this point. It's great talking to everyone. Go get your 40. I appreciate it. Go get me 10 more grannies to donate, so it'll hit $100, and then they'll probably charge me some transaction fee and send me like $38, and then it'll just be more of that sweet YouTube money. I still appreciate it, Granny. It was just nice to see what happens when someone does that. No, of course not. But it was an amazing gesture, and I loved it. And if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be you. And I'm glad it was. Thank you, a million thank yous, and all my pups, thank you. And you know, someone was asking me like, where do I go? Someone was asking me well, what are you going to do if you get 1 million followers? I'm like, well, first off, I don't think that's possible with just a dog and cat channel. And but it's like, well, they just wanted, it's just a thought experiment. What would you do with it? Like, so if we're talking like stupid money, I would just build an Old Friends, and I would just bring dogs out here to live out their lives. And you know, I wouldn't be telling people, but you would see signs, if you know what I'm saying. I would probably just take over and create my own Old Friends. Heike, how are you? I saw you come in earlier. We can go a little longer for a few minutes. Let me lower this down here. There we go. We'll probably even calm this down too. That's much better. These days, I make coffee here, and I recently quit caffeine about a year ago. So I make coffee for Mary, and she just likes her coffee in the morning. But yeah, I quit caffeine. I won't do it anymore. It too many weird problems, and I realized like I couldn't sleep very long, and that I had been consuming caffeine every day probably since I've been 6. And I figured if I need to stop doing anything in my life, it would probably be caffeine. And I got to tell you, I don't regret it for a second. It was probably one of the best things I ever did, being the old bastard I am. Oh, I see. Yeah. Totally. The cat cafe idea. In fact, I think there's one here. I think one just recently opened not too long ago in Nashville. It's a great idea, actually. It's also, they also do events too. Like you could have like a birthday party come there, and then everyone like celebrates the birth, like kids celebrate the birthday. I assume it's for kids. They celebrate the birthday and then pet cats and play with cats. And it sounds like a great time for a bunch of like 7-year-olds, 6-year-olds. It's better than axe throwing. I don't know if you've seen that lame trend, throwing axes at like 2x6 wood, like throwing really dull axes and like paying $35 an hour to do it. Like that's like, I'm kind of amazed that became a thing for a little while. I hope it's still not a thing. Like, how boring does reality have to be where you're going to go do that? It's like literally like throwing an axe at something is like up north. That's like mandatory at like every other bar. Is it there's some sort of axe thing? Yeah, definitely heavily chaperoned children would have to be in there, because there's going to be some little psychopath that comes in there and wants to start whipping cats around. I mean, it's just, what are the averages? Like 1 in 6 or something? 1 in 6 people is a psychopath, or 1 in 8, something like that. It's like, yeah, you're going to have that happen every day. Just some twisted, evil kid come in. No, thank you. Paula, you're hilarious. So yeah. Other than that, I've really got to get on with some other stuff here, and I got to get to editing if you guys want to see an episode tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow's episode is just going to be me live streaming editing, which, maybe that's a thing now that I've been doing these a little more often. But in the meantime, Granny, you're always amazing. Pinky, I love seeing all your comments. Who else do we have show up in here? Mariah's mom, you're awesome. I love seeing your comments. Will Hudson, fantastic. Thank you very much. My new friends at the Bassett Trio. I love checking out your channel. I'm going to be looking at it more and more when you pop up in my feed. And please tell me how to pronounce Heike correctly so I don't offend anybody. Heike Jaco Remes. Please help me with that. But I always love seeing you with comments and such. And I can immensely grateful that you guys are helping me just let old dogs have a happy life. And Heike, I thought so. And then how about Jaco? I'll be honest, the Heike and the Jaco are the easiest ones for me. It's the REMES. In my mind, when I look at what those letters can do to in different languages, Remis, Reme, you know, Reams. Heike, you're awesome though, but thank you so much. And thanks for joining everyone. I'm really happy about what I'm doing here, and I'm really happy that people enjoy it. Every day I get great comments, and I feel like I'm gaming the system by creating positive interactions instead of like all the weird divisive ones that you see. Will, you're awesome, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Granny. You're the greatest. And I'll try to do one of these Thursdays, Wednesdays or Thursdays. If you guys can think of a better time, I read and see all your comments. It takes me some time to get back to them, but I always listen. Thanks, guys.